Rockum Radio, your rock station.
Hey, this is Dan Jacobs from the band ATREYU, and you are listening to Rockum Radio.
Dan, today is the release of your new studio album, BAPTIZE. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about it?
I feel great. It's I feel like it's the biggest sounding record we've ever created as far as sonically and just the way the songs are written and just the overall goal of everything that we were going for and that we achieved came out really good. So it's awesome.
Wow, fantastic. When and where did you record this album?
We did it with John Feldman at his house. He has a studio built into his house. That's kind of how he's been doing it for years. He's at a few different houses that we've worked with him at, all of them which he builds studios, these beautiful studios in. And we started recording it in the beginning of 2020. We got about half the album done. And then we went on tour to Australia for a week or so. And then when we came back, the pandemic hit, and we were like, oh, crap. I guess we have to hit pause for a second. So we paused for, pushed the album back a couple months on working on it and until it was a little bit safer and we kind of, could figure out how to go about, safely, moving forward. So we ended up, being able to get together and finish up the record in a two-part process, which works out pretty cool because, you get to the first half of the album, we have to write the songs, have a few months to listen to them and come back to them and see if you still like them after a few months, and if you need to keep them or get rid of them. So, it worked out okay.
Wow, fantastic. Are there any difference between this new album and the previous ones?
Yeah, I think this has just got more of a maturity to it. We've been a band for 22 years now, so we've had a lot of experience and written a lot of albums and a lot of songs and worked with a lot of different people. And this one in particular, we also did some stuff where we wrote with a bunch of different other songwriters, which we've never really done before, just to have a fresh, ear in the room, a fresh perspective. Not necessarily to write our songs for us, we're pretty self-sufficient, but just to have an extra flavor mixed in there, just to see what that sounds like. And we got to work with Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. We did a couple songs with him. One of them being Sabotage Me, the other one being Dead Weight. Operation of ATREYU, Mark Hoppus, and Dave Hodges, he used to be in Evanescence. He's written a lot of huge songs, Chris Perry, and big stuff. So, and of course John Feldman. So, getting to mix it up with people that we don't normally write with, and really kind of added a whole nother interesting, fun, exciting element to our record.
Okay. I was wondering why you choose the name Baptize for this new record. Do you think this album represents a new beginning for the band, a new road? Now you have a new drummer, Kyle Rosa, and the departure of Ale Barcatzas. What could you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's definitely, this is very much a new chapter for ATREYU. Like you said, we have a different lineup now, which is the first time that we've had a lineup change since Porter joined the band back in 2004. But it's, I guess Baptize, we did choose the name. Partially there was already the song Baptize. We'd already written that song before we came up with calling the whole album that. But after writing that song and then us, parting ways with Alex, it was kind of like, all right, well, this is definitely kind of a new beginning, I guess, for us. And this is like a new chapter, a fresh start. So the title Baptize seemed to be very appropriate for our current scenario. So here it is.
Baptizing Christianity is like something refreshing, cleaning, everything new. You're born again. That's what baptize. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like I said, this is like a new chapter for our band. So it just feels like we've been cleansed or something like that. We've been kind of baptized and ready to start our new life.
Wow. Maybe this is a hard question, okay? If you could choose 3 bands as the most significant influences of this new album, what band would you choose and why?
Oh man, that's a really tough one. I'd say I'm gonna go with Del Shannon.
Okay.
Super random, I know.
Del Shannon.
I won't
Wow.
Del Shannon. Yeah, I'm a big fan of classic, you know, of stuff in the 50s and the 60s. There's just some beautiful melodies and chord
Del
progressions
Shannon
and
was
stuff. But we,
Runaway, I think. The song.
yeah, or Little Town Flirt. So we took like in the song "Stay," for instance, there's some melodies there and whatnot that are very much inspired from that, especially on the bridge that I sing. Actually, I sing the bridge on "Stay," and you know, bringing a melody like that to the table kind of feels refreshing and it's different, you know. What other bands were we listening to? I don't know. We're kind of all over the place. I mean, the stuff we pull from, there's a lot of times it's even like Queen or you know.
Yes.
Thin Lizzy. I say Thin Lizzy a little bit with some of the guitar work on my end, doing some of the harmonized guitars and things like that.
Yes, I felt something of Queen. Yes, it's true. You have something.
Yeah, a lot of
the spirit
the
of
vocals and stuff.
exactly, because
The harmonies.
all the songs are different, but are connecting in a way. Is my opinion. For example, the song "Stay" is amazing. The song is very modern, but you have more headbanging like "Broken Again," you know. But are connecting in a way that makes your album a solid album, and that's great.
Thank you. There's actually an interesting fun fact. Speaking of everything connecting, the first song on the album, "Strange Powers of Prophecy," we wrote that song last. That was the last song we wrote, and all of the lyrics are entirely made up of lyrics from every single song on the album. So none of the lyrics are their own thing. They're all lines from the other songs. And we just took them and put them all together, and that made Strange Powers of Prophecy. And to go even deeper with it, it's an a cappella song. All of that song, it's all vocals. And all the singing is actually everybody in our band doing all the harmonies and doing everything. There's no fake voices in there. There's no effects or anything. I mean, other than, of course, putting like reverb and delay, you know, things like that to make it sound more ambient. But there's no auto tune per se, you know, other than to tighten things up. You know, that's the real deal. And it was kind of a way for all of us to be like, we wanted all of our voices on this, and we've never really done that before, other than like group vocals. We've never done where everybody's harmonizing and really bringing these like rich elements to a song in that way. And we've never done an a cappella song as ATREYU before. So there's so many things about like a new beginning. That's the first song on the album, you know, being the beginning. And the new aspect of adding an a cappella song, which is new, taking all the lyrics from every song on the album and making those be the lyrics for the first song. We've never done that before. I don't think anybody's ever done that before, to be honest. I think we're the first ones to do that, which is pretty exciting as well. So next time you listen to the album, you'll have to listen to Strange Powers of Prophecy and then pay attention to every song and see if you can pick up a line.
Wow, fantastic. You know, the first time I listened to your band was in 2005. I used to live 2005. I used to live in Lima, Peru, South America. I'm Peruvian. I live I live in Canada.
Okay. My business partner is Peruvian.
No way. Oh, nice.
Yeah. His family on his mom's side. His mom's Peruvian, and that whole side of the family.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Asking for a ceviche is a great food. For fish. he knows.
Oh, okay.
He should know what I'm talking about. And I tell you, your album, The Curse, is excellent. And your solo on the song Right Side on the Bed is spectacular. That solo, I don't know, you're welcome. I don't know why, brings me Robin Crosby from Rat. These crazy guitars, amazing for the 80s. I have this teacher right now.
Oh, yeah.
And
CC DeVille.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was about 11 years old the first time I heard the band Warrant. I had a party at my house, and I just moved to this new city, and the city of Yorba Linda, where, you know, kind of the roots of ATREYU started. And I met, you know, through a friend of a friend, some guy came over to my birthday party and brought a cassette tape of Warrant's Cherry Pie.
No
That was
way.
the first time I ever. That was the first time I ever really heard like that kind of music. Like I know I'd heard it before, but the first time I ever like paid attention. It like, there you go, yeah, that exact set tape. Yeah, so he brought that over, and it started initially with that. I was obsessed. I listened to it religiously. And it was, strangely enough, it wasn't like I heard that and was like, I need other bands like that. I just wanted to listen to that. And then the 90s kind of really kicked in for me as far as like Green Day and all those kind of things. And I steered away for a little bit until I was about 15, a few years later, which is still in the mid-90s. And my buddy Sean Payton, he played me Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Wow.
And the song made me kind of giggle and be like, this is kind of a silly song, but at the same time, like, this is one of the most epic songs I've ever heard in my life. The way it's recorded, like, everything about it just, like, made me feel this, it just felt like I was on another planet or something. It was so spectacular. There's still, to this day, there's no album that sounds like the Def Leppard album, like Hysteria or Pyromania or anything. It's just, there's nothing like that. So it kind of started there, and from there I snowballed into getting into the Scorpions and White Snake and that whole Cinderella, that whole Dio, all that Motley Crue. Yeah, I love all that stuff, and that was me and all my friends, or my friends and I. We were all really into the '80s. In the '90s, it was really big. Like even in the early 2000s, like a lot of like '80s clubs were popping up and stuff, dance clubs. It was really popular to. The 80s just came back for whatever reason, and I was kind of one of the earlier people that was really excited about the 80s and trying to like implement that into my own music and my style of playing. So I was always trying to just sound like Van Halen or even just go back and even like Angus Young from AC/DC or Brian May from Queen. Like I just wanted to have a sound like they had. So I was just trying to do that and mix it in with our
and you're really open with music. That's great because you have more a panoramic view. There's people that are very close. Only, for example, black metal, or speed metal. Hey, there's heavy.
Yeah.
No, speed. Nah, the way is too short. When you're open, when a panoramic view, you need more life to listen to all the music that we have. That's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's to be. I don't know. I feel like in most cases, if you listen to any successful musician, I mean, some of the biggest ones out there, none of them just listen to one style of music. In most cases, they have a very eclectic, taste in music, and we'll probably name off bands you've never heard of or stuff that's just so off the grid of what you would think somebody like that would listen to. But I think that's important. I think that's what makes pushes music forward creatively is taking influences from other styles and implementing them into, say for an example, in black metal, like you'd be surprised, but there's elements of black metal that somebody could literally listen to a Britney Spears song, hear a melody and be like, if I take that and I put a melody like that on guitar and I speed it up, and I do it along with blast beats or something like that, boom, you have a black metal song and you were inspired by Britney Spears.
Exactly.
How could that even make sense? But
it can work. It can work. Yes.
It can work. Anything, you can do anything. So
it can work.
Yeah, if you limit yourself, no matter what style of music is you're into, if you just limit yourself to like, I only like this, who cares about anything else? This is the only stuff that's good. Like, I mean, if that's what you truly, truly, truly love, do your thing. But at the end of the day, I feel that you're kind of selling yourself short a little bit. You're only going to the same restaurant every single day, and you're not trying any other kinds of food or anything. You're just eating the same, same burger over and over and over again. And even if it's the best burger ever, like, there's so much else out there, you just kind of get, you get numb to it after a bit. At least you think so.
Did you ever share a stage with one of those guys, with one of those artists like Def Leppard, I don't know, Cinderella, or wow?
Not really. I don't think so. We've done Judas Priest. We've toured with Judas Priest.
Wow, fantastic!
Before.
You were very lucky. With Rob Halford.
Yeah, with Rob Halford.
Wow, that you was really lucky. For the history of music, you was really lucky to share a stage with. With Rob Halford, Mr. Rob Halford.
Yeah. No, he's incredible. I mean, I had a really neat experience with that. The first day of that tour, this was in 2004. The first day of the tour, there's no bands playing. It's just like everybody flies into town and everybody just sound checks and just gets stuff ready. And then the next day the tour starts at that same location. And this particular tour, was Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Slayer, Slipknot, Lamb of God, ATREYU, Hatebreed. I mean, it was an incredible lineup. 2004 Ozfest was incredible.
Oh.
But there was a party going on over at the Jägermeister booth that was hosted by Shadows Fall, who was shooting a music video because they're from the area that we were out in. I think we were in Connecticut or something like that. We were doing this first show was at, and Shadows Fall is kind of out from that way, and they were shooting a music video with all the bands because they just wanted to get all these bands were there. They're like, let's just get all these bands who we know in the video. So we're partying, we're doing our thing, we're shooting this video, and somebody came and tapped me on the shoulder and was like, hey, Dan, like, if you're interested, Judas Priest is about to sound check. If you want to go check that out. I was like, yep. So I took off and I go over to, we're playing amphitheaters, you know, so I go over to the amphitheater and it's empty because they're just sound checking. There's no show that day. And I go and I sit in the very front row, very center seat by myself. And I'm sitting there watching Judas Priest play an entire set in their pajamas. Like they weren't even like, you know, Rob Halford was wearing like black sweatpants and like a white t-shirt and like not Rob Halforded out or anything. It was just a raw, just private set for me. Wow. Just having to walk in and sit down and watch it.
Of course.
It was really neat. It was very neat.
Wow, fantastic. Talking about tours, you had just posted about on Facebook about your new US tour this winter. What can you tell me about it?
So this is we're excited. This is our first like US tour since 2019, since our 20-year anniversary tour. And we put together an awesome group of bands. I mean, we're headlining. You have Crown the Empire, which is an incredible band, great group of guys. We also have Tetrarch, which is a kind of a newer. Yeah, they're also all over Octane and stuff, as well as Saul. There's another band that's all over Octane, and all these bands actually, a bunch of Octane bands. If you're a Sirius XM listener, all these bands get played on Octane, and it's it's just a solid package of bands. It's going to be really exciting. There's also a band called Defying Decay that's opening the tour, and they're from Thailand, which is really interesting. I mean, they're straight up like live in Thailand, flying out here to do the tour kind of thing, which is really interesting.
Of course.
So that's another cool element to add to the tour. But it's all U.S. I mean, we're not going to Canada at all just because we can't.
Yes, please. But, maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Once everything. I mean, next year we're hoping to just go. We want to go with this album more places than we've ever been. We've never been to South America. We still need to go to South America. Like I don't know how we've not done that yet, but we haven't. We want to get back to Europe. I mean, we want to get over to like Russia and places more Eastern of that sort. The Asias, we want to get into Asia a little bit more and just play places we've never been. You know, we've never been to Indonesia. We've never been to India. I've been to Thailand. I've never played there. I've been to Japan. We played Japan a few times, but we'd like to play in China and just everywhere. Like just wherever people want to have us play, we want to come play there.
Please come to Kingston, Ontario, Canada. We are waiting for you. Yeah, we went to
Canada.
To ATREYU, of course. Well, Dan, any last words in this interview?
Just thank you a lot for your time, and appreciate you wanting to interview us and put us on your platform. We've been a band for a long time, so it's cool to have people still be interested in what we do and appreciate what we're doing.
Well, I know you have in 2 hours or 3 a Twitch release.
Yeah, we're setting it up right now.
With Matt Heffy.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. I love that guy, man. I met him in Toronto. He's amazing. He speaks Spanish. Something.
Great guy.
He's from Orlando.
He's a super intelligent, he's like one of those guys, in school that he just was good at everything kind of guy. He's so talented. He's a smart guy.
He's
a really hard worker. Yeah. I think he could probably speak Japanese too. He probably speaks 8 languages.
Yeah.
Morse code, whatever. He's a guy. He's a great human and talented guy.
He's the future uncle that we have, that everybody has in our families. One uncle like him that know everything. He knows to fix in the car, he knows to fix the doors, he knows to mathematics. Yeah, he's the typical uncle, the uncle that we have in the family, and we call him every time. Uncle, could you help me? Yeah, Uncle Hiffy. Well, good luck, Dan.
Thank you so much.
And I hope to see you here soon.
Yeah, me too.
See you. Bye.